Let's see if Grimkeeper the Cage Monster is a great addition for your Dungeons & Dragons play. This LEGO set is from the Dreamzzz series, and I've really been surprised on how great LEGO Dreamzzz is for use in Dungeons & Dragons. So my hopes for this set are quite high. I got it in a sale, so quite cheap. The last Dreamzzz set I tested, I was able to build over 10 different monsters out of one single set. And I didn't expect this set to be as versatile. And it isn't. So let's get the bad out of the way immediately. So the last bag of the set, one of three, is in my opinion pretty useless for using Dungeons & Dragons. There are some cool things in here, or at least very cute, that you could use for blobs or monsters or whatever. But honestly, I didn't unpack it because I thought it would be nicer to gift to one of my friends' children, and so they could have the full unpacking experience of at least like a small portion of the set. Still haven't decided though, so don't keep waiting. But besides this green blob that you could probably use as some kind of jello or some kind of gelatinous mini cube, I guess, I don't think that these transparent green and white elements work well, at least in my Dungeons & Dragons world. If you're going for something sci-fi, I think they would work well, but for my sets, not my kind of style. The other parts are really cool. I love the pink and gray color scheme with these, I don't know how they are called, these pale green, I guess, pale green yellow elements. I love how they give off like these Feywild or Underdark vibes, and I could see this Grimkeeper really working well in some kind of Underdark or Feywild setting. Honestly, it reminded me of a character from Critical Role, from the current third campaign that has come to an end. Of course, I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't kept up with all the Critical Role stuff that has happened in campaign 3. If you can guess the name, post it into the comments. I want to see if, without me pointing it out, you could guess who I think this looks like. Right out of the box, I think this is a very cool monster, but it's huge. Like the other Dreamzzz set I tested, the monsters there, like the monsters out of the box there, were also pretty big, so I built smaller ones for my Dungeons & Dragons campaign. But I want this so bad to be a boss. I want this so bad to be fought by my players, and I'm really looking forward to incorporating, like getting to a level where they can beat something like this. Some of you also suggested that I could just make even big monsters a little weaker to get them into play earlier, and I think that's a very fair point. So yeah, the out-of-the-box monster is a very cool thing. And there are some really cute details, some really cool details. This set though was advertised as getting 2 builds out of it. And I don't think that's a fair marketing pull, because the actual 2 things that are included in the instructions are these 2 different gliders. And to my eye, they look identical. Like, one is with the wings in front and back, and one is to the sides, and other than that, they look very, very similar. So advertising this as getting multiple builds out of it, I don't think is fair. The other set had 3 fully built monsters and some add-ons in the instruction manual. 3. Super good deal, if you ask me. And I could get out multiple different looking monsters, even a modular one out of that other set. As I did my research, I knew this up front, but I still think it's worth pointing out. But there are some other things that I think you can use for other monsters, and I haven't tried that out yet. As my other video on modular monsters didn't do as well, I didn't try to build something modular out of this yet. If you'd like to see that, leave a comment, and I hope I'll get to it. I can definitely see a lot of useful things in this set to be used in other monsters. One is definitely the headpiece. I think that LEGO is often very cute in its style, and so you can get a lot of very cute monsters out of it. I mean, You've all seen the official LEGO Dungeons and Dragons Red Dragon's Keep with this super cute owlbear. Also very cute displacer beast. And of course, the super nicely done beholder. Great things. I love how like funny they look, and I think that it brings a lot of like joy to the table to not be too serious about Dungeons and Dragons, but you do you. This hat though is wicked, and I think it makes for some very scary, very big, cool monsters. This hat is very easily just detachable, and so I think tweaking it a little to be used in other monsters, very easily done. You can remove these and put some horns on them, so it should be super easy to use this for other menacing monsters. The body overall was very straightforward to build, but still has some elements that I think are very easily reusable, as they are mostly gray and black, so work well with like lots of monsters. Also this very cool designed dungeon door, which I think comes in very handy when building some like dungeon entrance or something where your players need to do some skill checks to get through. The claw and teeth elements are also great for different kinds of monsters. I love the color scheme, as it looks nicer than just some black claws and still fits well with like most monster vibes, I guess. A small highlight is this lantern, and I think when you remove the head, so maybe this still needs some legs, but I think you can see what I'm going for. I think this is a very cute like monster, imp, whatever. So yeah, very cute side build. The monster is super posable because of all these Technic ball, whatever, joint things that were new to me when I unpacked the last Dreamzzz set. But they are compatible with that set, so even bigger monsters can be built out of it. I dislike that they are so big and they don't really fit with the scale of monsters I'm aiming for mostly. Also because my maps aren't like super huge, so I don't want my players to like have to run 120 feet to get somewhere. And these monsters this monster takes up a lot of space. So still, my players will fight this at some point. Overall, Dream Series is a great addition to a Dungeons and Dragons set, and it's cheaper than the licensed material because LEGO doesn't have to pay licensing fees for their own IP, for their own intellectual property. So that's a big plus. If you're flexible with the vibe of your campaign and with the style of monsters, I think that this Dreamzzz set is very cool, and you can probably get a lot of monsters out of that if you try. So overall, I think worth getting if you get a good deal on it. But if you're looking for one set and one set only, check out my video where I built 10 monsters out of one LEGO set, because I think that's a great starting point. I hope you enjoyed this small review of the Grimkeeper. If you'd like me to review more LEGO products for use in Dungeons & Dragons, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking forward to reading what your thoughts are. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!